Hi everyone, and welcome to Indie Campers Remote Jobs Fair. I hope everyone is all settled and ready for the next hour where we'll learn more about the experience of working at Indie Campers. I'm Mariana Trindade, I'm part of Landing.Jobs team, and I'll be your host for today. I know some of you already know Indie Campers very well, but for those who don't, let me introduce you to the company very quickly. Indie Campers is the largest camper van rental provider in Europe. Their mission is to enable the freedom of movement, inspiring and connecting explorers worldwide with unforgettable destinations. Driven by a deep passion for traveling and bold living, their goal is to restore authenticity and add a dimension of the adventure to their clients' journey. Pretty cool, right? Today we have here with us Rafael Farim, Human Resources Business Partner, and Simon Basso, CTPO at Indie Campers. If you have any questions throughout the session that you would like to ask our speakers, please feel free to do so in the Ask a Question section below, and we'll go through them at the end during our Q&A. Throughout the event, a link with Indie Campers open positions will be available on the screen in case you wish to apply. You can access this link even after the event ends. For those people that are joining us now, welcome. My name is Mariana, and we're about to start in the campus presentation. Rafael, Simon, thank you so much for being here today. The stage is all yours.
Thank you for having us, Mariana. As Mariana told, I'm Rafael. I'm the HR VP for the Tech and Product team here at Indie Campers. And this is Simon.
I'm Simone. Maybe I'll take a chance to do a slightly longer introduction. So I joined Indie Campus about 6 months ago, and my background is in engineering. I started coding 20 years ago, back when I was in Italy. And then I was lucky enough in the last 10 years to work in London and Berlin for very successful scale-ups. Just Eat, one of the largest marketplaces for food delivery, and Get Your Guide, one of the largest marketplaces for guided tourism activity. I moved to Lisbon about 6 months ago to join the campus, which is one of the next European unicorn, in my personal opinion. I think what we're trying to do is super. I think that the mission is great. As you can see, my pattern, I really love marketplaces, and especially I love founder-led marketplaces because and scale-up companies. So I like to join fairly early in the stage and trying to grow and help the companies grow and get traction and deliver a lot of value, right? So that's what brings me to Indie Campers. Maybe before we go into the presentation, we can talk a little bit about the tech team at the moment and our ambitions and why we are talking to you. So the tech team is about 25 people at the moment. When I joined, it was half the size. And what we're trying to do is to get to twice the size as soon as possible. Not because we're crazy. Actually, hiring is very, very tough, but because we have lots and lots of products to build for our customers. You will see later on as we take you through what we're trying to do as a company. So that's why we're talking, because we're trying to scale aggressively. Our team is half in Lisbon, the other half is a little bit all over the place. I think that most of them are in Brazil. We have a few people in Africa, Nigeria, Egypt. We have a guy in India. We strongly believe in co-located teams. So we're trying to move and help people to move to Lisbon. We want to move as many people as we can to Lisbon. We have a very good relocation package, and with Rafael, we're trying to work on how to even better support people that decide to move to Lisbon. We've recently relocated one of our first colleagues that has moved from Brazil to Lisbon, and we're learning on the way. So I think that's me for now, me and Indie Campers. I think maybe we can go to the company presentation.
Great. So we prepared just a quick presentation here, talking about some of our goals, to go a bit more in detail about what Simon was talking about. Okay, I think we're sharing it now. So this is our objective: to be the world's #1 road trip marketplace. In terms of you want to talk about
I can take it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, so that it's probably easier for you guys to read as well. So as you know, traveling by RV has become much more popular with COVID. I think there is many more people are seeking the adventure outdoor, the not crowded places. So, I mean, what a better way to travel than on an RV, on a home with wheels, which is fairly comfortable. You can drive with a normal driving license. You can go and reach the outdoors and really explore the nature around you, right? It's a fully digital product. So we started building digital product about 8 years ago. The market is booming. Is a gigantic addressable market. There are 20 million registered RVs in between Europe and the US, and we're trying to grow as fast as possible in both. What is the problem we're trying to solve? So maybe a little bit more on what are our three pillars first. So what do we do at Indie Campers? We started about 8 years ago as renting our own RVs. Actually, Hugo, our founder, assembled the first three RVs for the company. He saw RVs when he was traveling in Australia, and when he came back, he tried to replicate that experience. As of this year, we have roughly 2,000 RVs that we own and operate in 42 locations, mainly in Europe. We opened a depot in Los Angeles a couple of months ago. We were just now in a town hall presenting our plan for 2022, where we're trying to open 7 or 8 more depots in the US. So massive US expansion with all the Florida and the West Coast. So that is our first pillar of the business on our core rental business, right? To do that, we need to build all the product for our internal operation team to manage rental customers and everything that comes with it. The second pillar that we've been working on in 2021 is the marketplace, right? As I was saying before, there are about 20 million registered RVs in Europe and the US. It is a super fragmented market. There are a ton of very small players that do rental, but they're not very digital. A lot of the RVs are in the hands of private people, but the average utilization on an RV from a private is maybe just 2 or 3 weeks in a year. So then the vehicle, which is a very expensive asset, is there, not making any money. And then the other problem we're trying to solve is the lack of supply. So as I said, a lot of these vehicles are not available for rental. A lot of them are in dealership waiting to be sold. So with our platform, we started to do a marketplace. We open up our platform so where travelers can rent RVs from private and small professionals. We did that in Europe. At the moment, we have about 1,000 vehicles registered on our marketplace. We're trying to grow that to 5,000 vehicles next year, and fundamentally become one of the largest marketplaces in Europe. We're not going to do the marketplace in the US yet because it's a very competitive market, and because we want to learn first by operating there, and then who knows. So that is the second pillar, marketplace. The third pillar, like any car rental company, you buy the cars, you rent the cars, and then you sell the cars. You sell the cars mainly because you want to keep your fleet always fresh and new for the rental side of the business, right? So if you go on indiecampers.com, there is an RV sales area where we're actually selling our older vehicles. We will professionalize this area because fundamentally we need to buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year to keep our fleet always fresh. So that also has the potential to become a marketplace for buying and selling vehicles. So another gigantic business. I mean, there are not that many businesses that do this for RVs, but it is a gigantic opportunity. If you look at the used car business, is a gigantic booming. Digitally buying a used car is a gigantic booming business in Europe and North America. There are tons of companies that are raising a lot of money to do this, and we want to try and take the slice of the RV selling part. Last but not least, what is the last thing that we're trying to solve for our customers, right? So about 70% of our customers are the first road trip. What is the most important thing when you do a road trip is where you park your van, where you stay, how you enjoy your experiences. If you go to indiecampers.com today, you will see that we have road trips as a section. So we are recommending customers the road trips in the location where we have depots. This is something that we want to massively scale and grow. This is something that it will become more important for us to have even more of a mobile presence, because the vast majority of people that are on an RV trip book a camping site the same day. So being mobile and being a place that people use while on trip is very, very important. We refer to this as a bit of the lonely planets of road trips. That's kind of what we're trying to do. For our core business, actually in general, for our rental business, we want to be the one-stop shop for any vehicle, any type, any location, any choice. We want to be able to provide the best price and service. This is especially with our first-party owned vehicles. We have a fully international product. About 50% of our customers are international customers. That means that they are traveling to another country to do a road trip. And again, as I said, integrated marketplace for RV rental and stays, digital platform. We really want to build a global brand. So that's what we're trying to do going to the US. As I said before, founded in 2003, started with 3 vehicles. We are close to 2,000 at the moment. Usual stuff. In 2020, we were rated Europe #2 fastest growing travel company. Even with COVID hitting travel, we've been doing fairly well, if not super well. Some boring stuff about the team members, but again, as I said, I joined about 6 months ago. We have a bunch of other team members that joined recently. That's pretty much it. I think this is our sales pitch that we're trying to raise money. We will be trying to raise money in the coming months. So this is what we go out to investors with. So maybe I can stop sharing the video. Okay, good.
Can you talk about the tech stack as well?
I can talk about the tech stack. So the application starts as a Ruby on Rails monolith. It was containerized and moved to AWS about a year ago, so roughly 6 months before I joined. What happened also, the front end was rebuilt and decoupled from the back end about a year ago. So we have a new website built in Node.js, Vue, and Nuxt. Very important for us to have a mix of server-side rendering and single-page application because of SEO reasons. We have a ton of landing pages. Travel is a tricky business to do online. There is lots and lots of competition on Google Ads to be number one. The repeat is usually not super high because people travel once or twice a year. It's not like buying food where you buy every week. So there is a big fight on the buying keywords on Google Ads. That's why ranking on SEO is critical, and having a very performing website, well designed, very easily rankable is one of our winning strategies. Whereas on the back end, a couple of the services were decoupled from the main monolith. I think we moved out the accounting service. We moved out some pricing calculation service. It's a very decent stack. We have lots of work to do on the API side. We're starting to do a bit more testing as well, quality control. What else? If you have questions, maybe we'll answer later if you want to go deeper in any of these things.
Then maybe I'll just finish up with the company culture. Just to give you a bit more detail. So we're a company with 8 years old. So we are still a startup environment, very relaxed, non-corporate environment. But we're also, although we're on the RV business, we're not. I would say we're EPs. We're starting to do structure more policies, structure all our processes to give more structure to the company. We're also a very young company in terms of medium age. I would say it's about 30 years old. There are people that came out of college when the company was starting and are here for the last 8 years. So they're about 30 years old now. And a very international company as well. We have about 40 nationalities of people working with us. Although we're a Portuguese company, English is our first language. And we help them. We'll help everyone relocate here to Lisbon. It's a very nice city, very in fashion right now. We provide not only legal but financial support, and also help with relocation in terms of family. We give support on all aspects in terms of relocation. So yeah. Anything you want to compliment?
Yeah, maybe I like to correct Rafa a little bit. I don't think we're a very relaxed company. It's a friendly company. But also we're a very frugal company. So this company was fully bootstrapped. We pay the salary of our employees with the money the customer give us. We're not a VC funded company where we can waste a lot of money. We're very frugal. Everybody's super committed. We really want, as a team, we want to make it happen, right? So we have the very ambitious goal to scale and maybe try and go public in 4 or 5 years. We want to work with people that have a high sense of commitment, a high sense of ownership, and that really, really, really want to join us in a very humble way, working with very good colleagues, open-minded, to try and get the business to the next level, right? We want to be customer focused, but we want to grow as fast as we possibly can, because the opportunity out there is huge, and whoever can move faster will get a bigger slice of the pie. So it is a very hard working culture, and this is what you're joining. You're joining a group of people that are extremely passionate about what they're doing, and they want to make it happen.
Thank you so much for this quick introduction. So I will ask some questions of my own, if you don't mind. Following what we were just saying, what can a new hire expect from their first time at IndyCampers?
Maybe I go for it. This is my third scale up. So when you join a scale up, it's always crazy. It is always intense, but you learn a lot. So if you keep your eyes open, if you have a very proactive attitude on tackling the next challenge, we have a ton of very interesting business and technical problems to solve. There will be a ton of growth. Again, as I said, we're trying to double the size of the team. So when you grow at that pace, when you double every year, the growth opportunities are there to take for those who want. So I think that is one of the biggest selling points of IndyCampers. Plus the amazing perk that you can have a free road trip. You can use the camper van for a couple of weeks a year. I think that's the policy.
Yeah.
Good. That sounds very exciting. So what exciting projects do you have on your development pipeline at the moment? You talked about some, but if you can explore more.
Yeah, I think, as I say, developing the marketplace is extremely interesting. So marketplaces are super hard because you need to be very, very good at acquiring supply. You need to be very, very good at acquiring demand. And you need to be very, very good at pairing the two. And for us, what is even harder is to create a hybrid marketplace. So what is a hybrid marketplace? Is a place where you sell both your own goods and third-party goods. So we have our own vehicles, but we also have third-party vehicles. So how do you combine, rank, put this thing together, making sure that people understand, the customers understand what they're renting and why, is an extremely challenging business and opportunity in itself. Is a gigantic problem to solve, and we're just at the very beginning of it. There will be very interesting problem when it comes to fraud detection in the near future. So in the US, for example, we opened a depot, we got 2 cars stolen in the first month. But in Europe, there is ton of fraud. There is ton of hosts that connect the clients on secondary channel through WhatsApp. charge money and then don't rent the vehicles. You have to keep your eyes super open. So it's an extremely challenging and interesting problems that we need to tackle. Then on RV selling, so if you go to Indie Campus and you try to buy an RV, at the moment what we have is landing pages, right? Where you can create a lead and then you can call us and then we'll give you an appointment and you can come and see the van. It needs to become a digital product. It needs to become searchable. What are the RVs that are available? How do you compare them? How do you book your visit online? We have to build all of that from scratch, from the platform up all the way to the customer experience, all the way to the sales consultant experience. We have a team of sales people that are there to sell RVs, that are doing it on the phone. So we need to build a digital platform for them. And not least is when I was talking about the road trips and building the digital lonely planets for stays. The lonely planets is step one. Step two is the digital yellow pages, where you can actually see any camping site everywhere in Europe and the US, and you can book transactionally on the website and get your stay. So there are tons of challenges on that side as well. So we're trying to build 4 companies in one, which is lots of fun.
Good. And so what will be Indie Campers in 3 years? We're talking about the beginning. What will be in the next 3 years? Where do you see the company going?
I think we have, as I was saying, we have super aggressive plans in the US. We really want to become a global brand. We really want to be the number one road trip marketplace. And I think we will get there in 3 years, building the brand, building the platform, building the capabilities. Our goal is to maybe do an IPO, go public in 4 years. So we need to grow at a rapid pace to get there.
Good. That sounds ambitious. That's good. So regarding the recruitment process, what are the factors you most value in candidates during the interview process?
Good communication, being proactive, being customer focused. I mean, we were talking to tech people, so being tech driven is one of our values, but I suppose that is the easy one to have. People that have good ownership and that can really are not only focused on the craft of building beautiful software, but they are focused on delivering value for the company and the customers.
Independent people.
Yeah, independent people that can articulate how they had an impact in the previous companies they worked for. What did they contribute to? What was their achievement? One of my favorite questions is, which one is the project you are the most proud of? Because it tends to reveal a lot of things about what the individuals care about. If people care about the business and the customer and the value that they're delivering, I think is always a good sign.
And in terms of career development, which paths do you have in your company?
Which what? Sorry?
Pets.
Paths. Okay. Well, we have a technical and a manager path, basically. So if you're a technical person that wants to keep being a technical person, we have that career path for you. If you want to be if you're a tech-driven person but want to grow more on the manager side, we also have those opportunities as well. Company is growing, there is opportunities, and there's a lot of positions to fill.
Good. My next question is a bit of a cliche, but I think it's important. What is the one thing that makes Indie Campers different from the other companies?
I think the ambition is bigger than I've seen in the past. The opportunity is probably bigger than I've seen in the past. With maybe like no one is competing with us when it comes to building a hybrid marketplace. There are people doing pure marketplaces, and there are people doing pure rental. but there isn't anyone else doing what we're doing, which is a bit of the Amazon model with Prime and third-party sellers. So I think we have an advantage that we shouldn't waste. But I think that the ambition is very big, but we're also there to take it.
Great. So you talked about your culture, how it's young and dynamic. Can you share more about the last team building event you did together?
The last team building event we did together, that was about a month ago. It was all the people. It was when you joined maybe
my first week.
Yeah. We did pizza and drinks outside on the terrace for the people that are in Lisbon, and we organized a bunch of games to get people to meet people outside of the team, which was actually very, very fun.
And we're doing one tomorrow.
We're
doing one tomorrow, basically just for the tech team right now, where we're going to play. Basically, it's a meet and greet for the new people on the tech team that are working remotely, and we want to give them an environment that they're not only working, but they can also connect with their peers. So we're doing just an event for at lunchtime. For example, in Brazil, it's breakfast time, but we try to match it for everyone. And then we're gonna play a guessing game where people have sent us childhood photos, and then we're gonna play a guessing game of who it is, just for people to connect and interact with one another.
I think with COVID, so there are two challenges. One is COVID, so it's very difficult to get people in one place, and two is that, as I said before, if you search me on Twitter, so SMNBSS on Twitter, I posted 2 or 3 days ago a Google map with the pins of where our people are. It's very difficult to get people together physically because we are fairly well spread. But in the past, we used to do pre-COVID. We used to fly everybody in the office once a year. I think as soon as COVID is over, we will most likely start to do it again.
Good. So my last question before we go to the audience questions: what is your favorite thing about working at Indie Campers for both of you?
You want to go first?
One of the things that I like, it's one of the things that I mentioned before. Everyone is kind of around my age as well, so it's very easy to connect with people, to make friendly connections, go to a beer or something after a long stressful work, and we're all ambitious people, so we all have the same mindset, and it feels like we're working together to build something great, and that's at the end of the day, that's very very good.
Yeah, I think that the people, they're very international, very friendly, and for those that are in the office, we try to go for a beer every Thursday or every other Thursday. So people are friendly. Everybody's open to feedback, and
And there's a lot of openness to speak with everyone, basically. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for your answers. We will now take questions from the audience. For the people that were not here at the beginning, you can drop your questions in the Ask a Question section. The first question is a bit long, so I'll divide it into parts. I would like to know if visa sponsorship and relocation assistance would be provided. What about the options for remote role?
So we were working with our relocation package is about 4,000 euros of money they were using to sponsor visas, relocate people. We pay for the flights and accommodation for the first month for people that want to move. That was the first part. What about the options for remote roles? So we usually start everybody as remote employees for the first 3-4 months. So basically, after you pass probation period, we kick off the relocation process. For the pure engineering roles, I'm I'm open to keep people remote. I think the people that we want to move to Lisbon are more the people in the leadership roles, so product managers, designer, and engineering leads. Mainly because, as I said, we really believe in co-location. So if you wanna grow and take on the management path, I think is probably recommended that you move. If you want to stay as an IC, I think then remote is kind of okay. But you're
And the
missing out the years in the fun. So.
sorry. And the second part of the question was further, how long would the entire interview hiring process take? Do you have opportunities for mobile, Android, iOS developers?
So we're trying to get the interview process to be less than 30 days. I don't know if we're successful or if we're failing, but we're trying our best. There are usually 4 steps. So there is a technical interview, there is a chat with me around the cultural fit, and then you'll get to meet 2 more execs. So another C-level and the founder as well. So Ugo, which is the founder, really wants to spend 15 minutes with every new starter, with every person in the interview process. And I think he's right. I think the company is not super big. We are 200 people all in, and culture at this stage is still super important. When it comes to mobile roles, we do have a plan to build a mobile apps. I think it will most likely start as a hybrid app. So I'm thinking of Flutter or React Native to begin with, simply because we want to experiment a little bit. I think native mobile will probably happen in 2023, but it's definitely something that we are exploring. When it comes to work-life balance, I mean, we like to hire passionate people that like working a lot. So I think is startup and scale ups are probably not the best option if you wanna work 9 to 5. As a general rule, and I've done scale ups for 10 years, so I've seen a few, and general expectations are no expectation, but when you feel so passionate about what you're building, it's very, very hard to detach yourself from work.
Thank you, Moin Adil, for your question. The next question is from Ed Dalmeida. I've been reading about the positions. They all indicate Lisbon as a location. Do they accept remote devs? I think you talked a little bit about this, but if you could answer, yeah.
Yeah, again, as I said, if you are looking for a individual contributor job, remote will be fine, especially on the engineering side. So yeah.
Okay. So the next question is, do you have any plan on scaling up your tech stack in the short term? And how does the company manage user privacy and security?
So I don't understand the question scaling up the tech stack. So maybe you can put a note on the meeting and I'll come back later to that. I suppose, again, if you're talking about microservice architecture and modularizing architecture, to me, architecture is an evolution of the size of the team. The more people you have, the more people need to move independently, and the more you need to break down your services so that you can deploy, test, and move independently. So I can't, like my previous job, we spent 2.5 years to move from a monolith service architecture to a service-oriented architecture. It was a massive task, but we were planning to go from 50, 60 engineers to 300 in 3 years. So that was the reason behind the aggressive scaling. When it comes to user privacy and security, we have our own processes to delete users when they ask us to. Yeah, we are okay, but remember, we're still a very small startup. We're on a Google Enterprise with fortunately, we don't store a lot of financial information because all our payments happen through Stripe or Braintree, so external partners. So we don't have a lot of financial data that can be stolen.
Thank you. The next question is, can you elaborate more about the constitution of the teams at Indie Campers? For instance, how cross-functional are they? On average, how many members do you have per team? Do teams work with specific methodology like Scrum, for example?
Yeah. So as I said, we at the moment we're about 25, and we're structuring 3 teams. Every team has a product manager, a designer, almost all of them, an engineering lead, and then a cross-functional team, which is usually a bunch of back-end developers and a bunch of front-end developers. My rule of thumbs are that you should not have more than 8 engineers per team. So usually when that happens, I tend to reform and split teams. That means that I need to hire a new designer, I need to hire a new product manager, I need to create a new mission for the team. And that is actually what we're trying to do. So I'm trying to scale from 3 teams to 6 and to double the amount of people. Everybody's cross-functional. All the teams work on a weekly cycle. We don't follow Scrum by the book, but pretty much all the teams are doing planning, stand-up, and retrospective. I catch up with all the team leads, engineering managers, and product managers once a week on Fridays to go through what have you done last week, what are you planning to do next week. And then with the product managers, we catch up with the stakeholders and we try to align on priorities and with lots of issues. Like it's not all nice. I think teethering issues of scaling and prioritizing are always there.
Thank you. The next question is, the company has an age limit for the applicants?
Nope.
Okay, so that was fast. I would like to know if you need immediate start and relocate, or can we work from a period as remote devs and then move?
Yeah, again, as I said,
3 to 6 months. If you want to come to Portugal, if you want to be sponsored, if you want full remote as an individual contributor, it's okay.
Good. The next question is, what's the best part as a developer to work in Indie Campers?
The best part of the platform to work in, or the best part of being an engineer in the company? I'll answer both. I think the stack is interesting. I mean, the front end is Node.js in Vue, the back end is Ruby on Rails with very interesting challenges and product, lots of work to do and interfaces to build for our internal customers. So me and one of the product managers, for example, we went to a depot last week to see how the people are using the interfaces that we're building. So the feedback loop with the customers is super short, and it's actually very, very fun to work when that happens. When it comes to as a developer, what is the best part? Again, I think that the tech stack is fairly common. I think the people. I think that we're trying to hire people that are passionate, that want to solve problems, and that are collaborative, working with each other. Plus the free trip on an RV.
That's always good. So the next question is, what
actually,
do you think?
maybe I have one more. We also have a training budget, so I think there is €1,000 training budget that people can use to grow and develop their trades and skills. So I think that is also quite useful.
We have a training budget of €1,000 a month to use every year. €1,000 a year, sorry, to use every year on training.
Good, thank you so much. So the next question is, what do you think of DevOps process, and where do you see the company adopting it in the future? Yeah, I think that's.
You skipped one, but we'll go back to that one later.
Yeah.
So we used to have a DevOps person that left about 2 months ago, and we're trying to replace them. I'm actually trying to hire a couple of people to help us with that. So we have very decent CI/CD pipeline. We have very decent way to spin up dev environments on demand to test different branches of the stuff that we're building. People that were here in the past did a very, very good job when it comes to the development and staging environments. I really believe in DevOps practices. I tend not to believe in DevOps as a role. I think it's more of a culture of a company that you build it, you own it, and you have the ability to go deep and really own your database, how you monitor your systems. I think is very, very important. We use New Relic, we use Rollbar, we have Grafana and CloudWatch in AWS to keep an eye on all these systems. They're fairly well set up. I'm always happy for the team to go and own their systems. So yeah, I love the DevOps mindset more than the DevOps process.
Good, thank you. So the next question is, do you have any form of internship? If so, is it online? I don't know if it's remote, online, but yeah.
Okay, so we just kickstarted our professional internship program about a month ago. I think the applications are closing at the end of this month as well. So you can go check it out on our careers webpage. Everything that says fast track, there's a possibility for internship where it's a 9-month internship with us as part of the EFP program, which is a program of the Portuguese government as well, that we're in partnership with. And yeah, if the performance is good, then you'll stay full time with us. Because we want to grow. We're not substituting people daily. We wish. Yeah, and if it's full online, mainly for junior positions, we're open. We would like them to be able to be here and in the headquarters because it's easier to learn, but we're not completely locked out on that regard.
The next question is, you said it's okay for tech people to be remote, but we have to be based on Portugal or anywhere.
Maybe I'll do one thing.
Okay.
This is you can see our screen, right?
Mhm.
This is where we are from a tech point of view. So we have about 15 people in Portugal, but then everybody else is remote from many different places.
Yeah.
So no, it is not necessary to be in Portugal to be remote.
Okay, good. The next question is, how do you measure a candidate capabilities during interviewing process, as some are more hands-on experience over fees-based quizzes?
We try to ask questions where we try and understand from an architectural point of view and from a coding point of view what people are familiar with. It comes down to asking people quite practical questions on what have you done, and to dig deep to understand if they're just talking about it or if they actually have practical experience of it. I think situational questions on, okay, how have you made technical decision? How did you build it? Why did you build it? Why did you build it that way? Really make sure that people understand and take ownership of what they've done.
Good. So the next question is, what do you think is more important, having software development experience or in general, or experience in a specific tool or language?
I think this goes back to the question about, which is, do you accommodate .NET developers? So I'm a .NET developer. I come from .NET background, but I've also learned that there are two set of technologies, right? There is the compile languages, the Java, C#, all that family, Kotlin, and then you have the Python, PHP, Ruby on Rails. It's kind of a different mindset, and I think it helps if people have practical experience with the more scripted way of building things rather than the more compiled way of building things. That said, we have hired people that don't have Ruby on Rails experience. It's tough. I think you need to be very, very proactive in picking up very quickly a new language. So you also need to be very, very comfortable with learning new things fast and make yourself productive as fast as possible.
Good. So a last one, because we're running out of time. Do you accommodate .NET developers?
Yeah, that was the one before. So
sorry. Okay. So one more. I see you have many openings for front-end and full-stack engineers, but no option for back-end only, or back-end plus DevOps. Is there no such option for your teams? If there is, what is the technological stack?
I think we have a couple of DevOps role open. I'm fairly sure. So
Yeah.
DevOps is AWS, Terraform, Bureau Cloud Formation, a New Relic, um, Rollbar, Grafana, roughly. CI/CD is all to AWS, so it's code deploy and code build. Our definition of full stack is Ruby on Rails developers that can do some JavaScript. And our definition of front end is Node.js, JavaScript, HTML, CSS people that can do some Ruby on Rails. So I really believe that people should be curious and they should be spending 80% of the time in the things that are comfortable and 20% on things that they are not comfortable and be willing to learn. I think if you have people that says, no, I only want to be a backend developer and I don't want to touch front end, usually it doesn't make team as effective as the team could be. So I tend to prioritize for the team rather than for the individuals.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all the time we have today. Thank you so much, Rafael and Simon, and thank you for our audience for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the event and learned more about Indie Campers. Remember that if you like today's presentation and wish to join Indie Campers team, you can apply to their positions at Landing.Jobs or through the available link on the screen. Worry not, the link will still be available after the event ends. Thank you so much and hope to hear from you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Ciao, ciao.